What is up, people? BP here, and today we're going to be looking at a particular video by this particular YouTube pickup artist called Playing with Fire. And why do you ask? Well, that is a great question, my friend, and that is because I too am a pickup artist. And if you guys want a copy of this particular secret book that I have to help improve your game, please let me know in the comments down below. I will inform you how you can get in touch with me and how I can get this book in your hands. That being said, we're going to be giving this particular person a grade, whether an A or an F, to see if his skills or his tactics actually work, or if they're any good, and can you use them for your own situation. So that will be done today. And if you are my girlfriend and you're watching this video, I sincerely apologize for the Christmas lights in the background. They suck, and I know it. But also, I apologize for the fact that you found this video and I'm exposed and the gig is up. So that being said, hopefully you will not break up with me, and I give you my sincerest apologies. Nonetheless, it is what it is, people, and we're going to jump right into this video right freaking now. Because guess what? We have some tactics we need to learn for ourselves. So yeah, we're going to be judging this Playing with Fire dude. And bro, if you're watching this video, just so you know, my tactics work better than yours. And that's all I have to say about that. Nonetheless, I do have to give you your props, dude. Some of your content is spot on. And we're going to be looking at not only just Playing with Fire, we're going to be looking at some other pickup artists as well, because one of my viewers constantly wants me to look at this particular pickup artist, Alex Tate or something like that. Dude, who are you talking about? Send me or leave me another comment to let me know who you're talking about. I am so confused and really have no clue what pickup artist he's talking about. But that's okay, because guess what? He's probably watching my content right now. So, dude, leave another comment below. I'll see what I can do. We'll give him a grade, whether an A or probably an F in this case, because, yeah, dude, we're gonna get into this, and we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it, because that's what this is all really about, is having some fun. And just so you know, boys, just as a disclaimer, if dating is not your thing, turn away your eyes, because guess what? Just as this guy's name is, you're playing with fire. When you play with fire, you're likely to get burned. So, yeah, my formal disclaimer to you is don't play with fire. You probably should find another hobby. And, yeah, it's all about sobriety and cleanliness in life, and that's going to be my little 2 cents in advice for you today. Aside from that, let's get right into it, because guess what? Dating is very important. It's a very important skill you must have in order to land not just the girl you want, but also to have happiness in life and be settled down and have a family. So it's very important to have these skills. That's why I'm a pickup artist. That's why I want to teach you guys this stuff on the YouTube channel, because I wish I was taught this stuff growing up in school. And unfortunately, they don't do that. They teach you boring stuff like biology and chemistry. Who needs that in life? I need to know how to pick up chicks and how to make money. Those are like 2 of the most important things I need to learn about, just like you. So we're going to jump right into this. If you guys enjoy this video, let me know. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to my content, leave a comment. And if you guys want that book, let me know, because guess what? I'm going to get it into your hands some way, somehow, and I'm going to make some money off of that. Cool beans? All right, I think it's a fair deal. We call that, what is it? An even swap for a swindle. All right, let's jump right into it. Let's see what this guy's got, if he's got some game. If not, dude's going down. All right, we're going to give him an F, but probably not, because he's actually pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at his video and go from there. What's up, people? So here we go. We're going to jump right into this little video by this guy right here, Playing with Fire. I'm not sure what his real name is. I think it's Alex. Anyway, pretty cool dude. 65,000 subscribers. Whoa, bro. You got way more than I do, because I think I might have 15. Let's check it out. You got that right, son. 15 subscribers. You're getting graded by a dude with a subscriber count of 15.
What's up, guys? We have an epic.
Anyways, all right. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get started, and here we go.
What's up, guys? We have an epic video for you today. We're gonna break down.
So here he starts off and says, "We have an epic video for you today." And boy, do I have to agree with him, because you are so correct, my friend. This is going to be epic. And I hope you guys are all in for a good laugh.
Some day game infield of me. And we're specifically going to show you how to approach a random girl you don't know on the street, to vibe and flirt with her, to getting her phone number, and then how do you set up a date over text. We're going to show you the whole thing from the opener to actually me setting up the date and confirming the logistics in the end. So
that's cool. Okay, so let's get in. Let's find out where he starts off approaching the girl, which I think is going to be about right here. Dude, we don't care about the notification bell. We are old school.
Help us get to 100,000 subs so we can keep putting out awesome, valuable content for you guys to learn and enjoy. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. So the context here is I'm walking around, I got my little husky, and I actually walked past this girl. I kind of saw her. I thought she was cute, but I kind of bitched out. And then my buddy was like, yo, why did you bitch out? I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I ran up to her, and this is where it goes. So you see my lame attempt at jogging here.
Okay, so first off, there's two things I've noticed right off the bat. Or excuse me, there's one thing, there's one thing I've noticed right off the bat, and there's two things you should never do. Okay, number one, approaching people at midnight at a gas station asking for spare change. That you should never do. You know why? Because you might get shot. The other thing you don't do is run up to a girl, especially with a scary looking dog, and say, hey, what's up? Because either she's going to turn and run from you, or she will shut down immediately. However, and if your name is not Alex, I'm sorry. I'm like totally screwing this up. But dude, I don't know how, but you got real lucky here. So, I mean, good brownie points on the fact that she did not run away. She actually responded pretty positively, and he was able to actually strike up a decent conversation. So I'm impressed. So well done, sir. I think I might just subtract 1 point. Let's see if we can do like, what's the calculator? So we'll calculate. We'll start you off with 100 points, and I'll subtract. We'll just subtract 1 point from that. There we go. So far, so good. You're still at 99 points. All right.
AVP, can't believe I can run.
I think we had like a little moment.
Oh, yeah.
I had to come meet you. Do I know you from somewhere?
No, I know that I know.
Okay. I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah, so in a situation like that where you chase after the girl, your opener options are limited. You can't like do a very indirect opener at that point because it makes no sense why you chase her down. So one where I have to chase the girl down, typically what I say is like, hey, I think we had a little moment, right? And typically, obviously, this only works if you have a little bit of eye contact, if the girl didn't notice you at all.
Okay, so the next thing I noticed is your opener. Your opener is, I think we had a moment. Hey, that's probably your style. I don't think it's a good, I mean, I wouldn't use that opener personally, but that's just me. Then again, like everybody has their own style. I think my opener probably would have gone something like, hey, excuse me, I'm sorry, I noticed you for a moment, and I meant to say something, but I was kind of scared, so I changed my mind. I really wanted to say something to you and to tell you, like, I think you're gorgeous. That kind of would have been Please stop texting me right now. I'm going to have to put this on silent. Anyway, as you can see, my phone just never stops. But anyway, so I like to keep, openers very simple, very old-fashioned, usually with a compliment like, hey, I think you're gorgeous, stuff like that. Now, I know a lot of pickup artists would disagree with me and be like, no, that's a little too forward. But, I mean, for a guy like myself, I'm 6'6". I'm decently looking. I'm in shape. I really have nothing to lose, so it really doesn't matter. I can take it or leave it. If a girl says no thanks, I walk away and move on to the next one. So that's why for me, like sticking with simple openers usually work pretty well. So I think I'll subtract 5 points for that one. So bad opener, but you're still in the A+ range.
But you have to go with something more like, hey, I actually just walked past you and I thought you were really cute, and I would have regretted if I didn't come up and talk to you. But again, I like to keep things simple. I don't go too direct, but I don't go too indirect either. So here's the part where, okay, now this is, I've kind of stated my intentions directly. Now it's time to vibe and flirt with the girl. I like how big your eyes are.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you from?
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, man. I forgot that you said this in this pickup. All right. So when you're complimenting a girl, there's again 2 things you don't do. Number 1, do not compliment her stomach and say, "Oh, are you pregnant?" or something like that. And then the second thing is, do not say things like, "Oh, your eyes are so big," like something to that effect. Is going to put the girl in a defensive position and say, what is that supposed to mean? So in my personal opinion, something more along the lines of something like a safer route or a safer sentence would be something like, oh my goodness, I just now noticed how gorgeous your eyes are. What are they, like baby blue? What color are they? Or something along to that effect. So strike 1, don't run up to a girl. That's just my personal take. And then number 2, like make sure your opener is very simple and not very elaborate. And then number 3, I don't know if I said step 1. This is really not a step, but like, observation number 1, don't run up to the girl. Just observation number 2, make sure your opener is very simple. And then observation number 3 is make sure your compliments make sense and do not offend the girl. All right, so we'll subtract another 10 points for that one.
From Colombia.
Once again, I'm so sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we should move.
Yeah, let's move. Cool. I've actually been there.
I've been here for 2 months.
No, I've been to.
Oh, really? Oh, you have been there?
Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in. So basically here, I'm trying to establish some commonality because it is a little bit odd. I came up, it's not like at a bar where like people expect to meet people. I kind of chase her down the middle of the street. So I want to establish a little bit of commonality. You'll see this is something I do a lot during day game, right? I'll ask where the girl's from, and usually, chances are either I've been there or I know someone who's been there or I've heard some stories about it. So some kind of commonality. I typically do that with location. Zona Rosa?
Zona Rosa? Okay. Yeah, that's cool. When?
Like we get to watch Indian P failing miserably at cold approach 2 years ago.
Did you like?
It was good except for the part where I got some guy with a knife took all my money.
Oh my
but
God. That sounds really
but
bad.
other than that, it was pretty fun. Yeah.
Which other part of did you go?
So if I've been to her country and I have stories about it, that's going to build a decent amount of comfort right off the bat. So if that's the case, you definitely want to mention it. I just stayed in Zona Rosa, man.
Zona Rosa, and did you go to like somewhere else in Colombia?
Yeah, I've been to Colombia many times. I've been to Medellin, Cali, Cartagena.
Oh, you like Colombia?
Yeah, I like Colombia.
That's nice.
Colombia is nice.
Okay, so this is not an observation, but this is just me leaving a comment. If you ever go to Colombia, do not get in the taxis. And the reason is because they have like one of the most deadly drugs over there, where if they just breathe it on you, I think it's called like dragon's breath or death, the breath of death or something like that. Anyway, if they just like blow that shit on you, you won't die, but you'll be fully paralyzed and they can rob you. And also I've heard that they kidnap people very, very much over there in Colombia. So please be aware, do not travel to that country. That's just my personal take on that. And then, okay, so going on to an observation. So if we go back just a few seconds before, I don't know if we can find it, but come on. Where is it? All right, so if you notice here his stance, so Alex's stance here, his positioning is, it's a bit intimidating. I would say, like, if you're facing a woman full frontal, both shoulders in a square position towards her and your face is facing her and you're making direct eye contact, that's a little intimidating. So what you want to do as opposed to that is sort of stand a bit to the side so that you're a bit more diagonal in how you're facing her. And the reason is because you want her to feel less threatened, less intimidated. And also, when you're making eye contact, be sure to blink. They've actually done studies on this, that the less you blink when you're conversing with someone, the more likely it is that you are a liar. So anytime you're trying to have a conversation with a woman, please remember to blink. I know that's a silly rule, but it's just a matter of fact. Like, make sure you blink often, not like too much, of course, but just a little bit. Be sure to blink, because once again, they've done studies on this, that the less you blink, the more likely it is that you're not telling the truth. So whether it is that you are telling the truth about your situation or not is irrelevant. The fact is, you want to be as truthful as possible. I suggest a truth rate of approximately 95% or more if you can help it. And some people would probably disagree with me. Some pickup artists would probably disagree with me a lot. But as far as pickups goes in a cold contact situation, you have to be truthful, and honesty is the best policy. But again, in the dating game, deception is part of the game in a sense. Like, a little bit of deception is unavoidable in some way or fashion. Because why? Well, people get older. People get divorces later in life. Like, let's say you were married for 20 years. Okay, you got married at 18. All right, 20 years later, you're 38. All right, you might have gone through a divorce at that time. And so life is a bit different now. You might have kids and stuff like that. So you might have to bend the truth about your current situation. Maybe you're not moved out quite fully yet. Maybe you can't connect with her at your house. Maybe you have to smash at their house. There's so many different variables. So that's why I say try to keep the truth rate like above 90% or above 95%, excuse me. But somewhere in that 90 percentile range of your truthfulness and honesty is going to go a long way. And like I said, only a little bit of deception, not too much, because you don't want to be viewed as a liar or a deceiver. So women love honesty. If you just want to hook up with her, let it be known. But of course, maybe not up front right away, because you want to increase your odds of getting laid. So that's just my 2 cents. Okay, so we're going to skip forward just a little bit because I don't have much time, and I want to give Alex a pretty decent grade. So far, he's actually doing pretty good. So he's at the 84%. That's what, a C plus? I'm just kidding, man. We'll give you a B for today. I mean, he's actually really good at his online at his online game, as he even says here that his cold approach is really not that good. And honestly, man, to be perfectly honest, like, I don't mean to make this a race thing, but white guys are just not the best pickup artists when it comes to cold contacting. If you want to learn like cold contact approaches and game, learn from guys of other races and cultures. They're very good at it, especially like Black Americans. They're very good at the cold approach. I don't know why that is, but I've seen them all the time in grocery stores, gas stations, you name it, it doesn't matter. They will approach a girl anywhere and just be like, hey, I think you're gorgeous. Can I get your number? Very simple, straight to the point, and they usually score pretty big. And anyway, that's what it's all about. Not too much banter, not too much conversation. But Alex, I mean, he's trying to get to know the girl. He's being fair. He's being upfront, and he's trying to score big points with having good, healthy conversation, because that's going to help him later when he secures either a date at his place or he secures a date in general. But for Alex, he doesn't have a lot of time, so time is very valuable to him. And as well as the other pickup artists, they want to try to get the girl to their pad, their apartment, their house, or whatever. The reason is because they don't have a lot of time to waste on just going on dates, like the 3-date rule. Try to stay away from that. You know, I mean, that's kind of my personal rule is like I give a girl 3 dates, and if by date number 3 we haven't hooked up, it's time to move on. So let's continue. Let's see what else he has. And Alex, if you're watching this, man, I'm trying to give you an honest rating here. Your cold contact game is really not that bad. The dog is pretty good. Good strategy to strike up conversation, and it's like good bait. So you want to have good bait to reel them in. So here we go. We're going to kind of pick up right here.
And that's always the best. Like if you're sitting and the girl's standing, that's a good position to be in. If you're standing and she's sitting, that's bad. If you're both sitting, well, that's pretty decent.
So an au pair?
Yeah, au pair, yeah.
Au pair. So yeah, someone au pair.
That's funny. My first girlfriend ever was an au pair from France.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Back when I was in college.
What happened?
She left me for a French man. No, I'm just kidding. Nah,
So here I like to throw in a little bit of trolling in my game, or just like whatever, a little bit of humor. I find that helps a lot. So a girl like she asked me like what happened to my last girlfriend. I'm like, oh, she left me. And you know, usually I'll actually hold the tension a little bit more. This time I was just like kind of in an erratic mood, so I didn't hold it for as long as I normally would have. But that's like shit like that, you know, add a little humor. And as the old RSD Julian used to call it, emotional spikes can actually be very effective.
oh, she had to go back to France. It was 1 year contract.
Yeah, that's the thing. I go back in August. I mean, I've been in here like in Miami 2 months, but I was in New York before. Like I just moved with the family, but initially I was working in New York.
Is it an American family or kind of family?
Yes, American family.
Okay, so he's doing very good with upholding a conversation. As you can see, his posture has gotten a lot better. So he's a little more relaxed. He's not like in an intimidating posture. So he's very relaxed, very confident in his abilities. So she's picking up on that, and she's kind of letting into that. As you can see, she's very into Alex at the moment. So she's able to give him, or she is giving him, her full undivided attention. That's an excellent sign. Now, if she was pulling away and saying, "Hey, I really got to go. I'm not interested," then that's when he knows like, okay, it's time to like go for the close and like hand his number out or get her number. But like as you can see, she's entertaining him. He's got her attention. So he's really trying to reel her in at this point. And sometimes, like, you know, some pickup artists would like to tell you like, hey, you want to put a time constraint on your conversation. Make it seem like you really have somewhere to be. That way she needs to earn your investment as well, because you want her to think, oh, this is a high value guy. I'm gonna give him my number or something. So I mean, by making it appear as though you have somewhere to be, even though you may not have anywhere to be and you have all the time in the world, try to have some sort of time constraint. Like, hey, I really got to go. I'd love to talk some more with you, but yeah, I'll probably have to head out in about 2 minutes and wrap this up. That way she can kind of perceive like you're a guy who's on top of his game. You have somewhere to go. You're a businessman. You're successful and all that good stuff. All right, so that's pretty much it. We're going to sum this up by saying that, Alex, you did pretty good, man. 84% out of 100%. I really didn't want to go and watch the full thing, honestly, at this point, because my video would just be too long. But I have seen your full pickup with this girl, and honestly, it was really good. I mean, you did great. So the only difference that I would have done probably is just to shorten it from 10 minutes to like maybe 2. And the reason is because I don't have a lot of time to sit there and converse with a woman. I usually have things to do. So max is like 2 minutes for me. I'd be like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? And I go with the FORM acronym, FORM. So I stick to things like family, occupation, recreation, and then the message, which is the close. So I'll ask about the family or her occupation or what she likes to do for fun, and then I give her the message and go for the close, which typically I like to go and hand her my number, but it shows more balls if you ask for her phone number. So that's always good. But dude, you did very well. Honestly, I would give you an A at this point. So good job and keep it up. So if you guys like this, let me know.